captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Guy gave his wife a tap.
Why is the music suddenly really on? No, it's not. Which way do we go? Which way's downstairs? Where are the stairs? Oh, there it is.
From the newspaper.
Technical services.
I think he's a bit of a gangster, but he treats me nice.
I need a drink. Got it.
Alright, so let me... in here then.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all this fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Yeah, have changed my mind. You would not give a square deal. Tex. And the poem.
Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Ill deeds, then be thou damned, beholding good, both infinite as is the universe, and thou, and thy self-torturing solitude, an awful image of calm power. Though now thou sittest, let the hour come when thou must appear to be that which thou art internally, and after many a false and fruitless crime, scorn track thy lagging fall through boundless space and time. So I assume this is someone who doesn't have a very kind of good view of women, and so is kind of
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
I gotta have it.
Okay. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they're all connected, so
Rehab is for quit.
don't think it's going to be particularly useful.
I think he's a bit of a gangster, but he treats me nice.
They weren't even his prince and he still confessed.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
You've got very twitchy eyes. Need some intuition, I think. Right. Because I don't actually have any evidence for this, do I? So, truth.
What time did she leave?
Oh,
Maybe 1 o'clock?
I didn't have evidence. What evidence was I meant to have that she left? That's just what he said.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
Well, it's completely irrelevant what you think. There's divorce papers.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
A lot.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
You've taken on a defensive posture, which makes me think I should doubt you. I'm going to use intuition again, because I'm starting to get a bit...
Looks like somebody broke into her room and stole her things there, too. Why'd you do it, Angel?
What the hell are you talking about? I was home with Hippolito.
So he goes into a defensive posture, which is going to be a sign he's not telling the truth. If you're doing a game which is meant to be kind of like you deduce it from body language, don't mess with the body language like that.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
You're lying through your teeth. You killed her and your brother's in on it.
You don't know what you're saying. Why would I do that?
Yeah, this is the thing.
Looks like I was mistaken.
I'm going to use my intuition again. Okay. Still going to doubt.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Hippolito. He said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
We've been there and we found it.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Well, assaulting a police officer in the UK, I'm fairly sure is a crime. Like, if they've announced they're a police officer. So,
Hey, I gave his wife a tap.
I'm fairly sure it'd be similar in the US. So let's go to the free market, I think.
You know the way. You can drive.
I got the jitters again.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now we sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. You seen the body? Fucking case. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
Oh, it's open now. They're not tomatoes. They're not eggs. I have a sneaking suspicion that this place lies a lot. My eyes are on you, boy. Rice Krispies and cornflakes. Are they in the right packaging? Can I trust anything you say?
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney, what can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Okay.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
Okay, I don't believe that.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Okay, I think I'm telling the truth on that one.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Well, well, you've already... technically, at that point, he'd already given permission. But, oh, these are eggs. These do look like eggs.
Just don't know how to dance to bebop.
But, if he'd not technically already agreed to that by that point, I think he could have said, hang on, you need a warrant. But I think at that point, arguably, he'd already given permission. Nope.
Are you working Friday night? We should go out afterwards.
Anything back here? No. So let's go through the doors.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Oh my goodness.
So what are we hiding in here?
Oh dear.
This thing needs a combination.
2. 5. 3. This is the combination. That was the combination. And that's the charm bracelet. Oh boy. Wives, submit to your husbands as the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ the head of the church, his body of which he is the Saviour. I assume this is from the rather brutal and cruel husband who decided to forget the husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church. That's Mary. Oh dear.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like.
Like take the wedding ring.
Must have seen it during the... This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
God damn it, get after him, Cole!
I'm going!
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
I've got a slight problem there.
We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy. Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road.
But then it's kind of like, what is he...
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
But yeah, so why does he leave the stuff there? But why does he run? Because he's therefore expecting it to be there.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Someone has to take all of this stuff into the evidence. Given the size of Clem's stash, it was a wonder you didn't catch him red-handed at the El Dorado. Could I have done that? Or is that a case of... I'm really confused. Or is that just making the point, like... Or is that the alcohol, or is that talking about, like, the... having the charm bracelet and the scalpel? Well, I think... that is probably a good place to put the cut in here. Just the one this time, but that's because this is a decent place to cut. And, yes, we'll move on next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do at that. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail? Skip with the Shadow leading the show. Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?